Well, on Friday we had our first call with our Washington, D.C. Based Dream Team. We have another fabulous team set up. We have Alan Shapiro, who is the president of Winchester Homes. We have Dan Ryan of namesake Dan Ryan Builders. We have Craig Collin with Pulte Homes. We also have Rohit Anand from Cubellis, the architectural firm Cubellis. We also have Debbie Rosenstein from Christopher Communities, and we have John Clark from Elm Street Development. So we've got a really great cast of characters here, and we're really excited to have them as part of the Big Builder event. This land parcel is pretty interesting. We actually were able to work with the developer of Brambleton, which is a master planned community in Loudoun County outside of Washington, D.C. in Northern Virginia. And it's a very big community, and so they have basically identified what we're calling a land bay, so a section of the community for this team to work on. This land bay basically has a land plan in place already, but the developers are sort of looking at it and wondering if maybe the market has shifted so much that they need to rethink their plan. So it's pretty exciting. We were able to have Kim Adams, who is the head of marketing for Brambleton Community, with us on the call, and so she was a great source of insight, and she was able to provide everybody with some great stats about the community, about 300 absorptions a year, and just about their vision for that tract. And it was wonderful also because she asked everybody if they'd like to come out and have a personal tour. So everybody is pretty much lined up, pretty much the whole team, is lined up to go on a tour on Wednesday morning. What's great about working with this land parcel here in Brambleton was that there was sort of a mix of familiarity with the project. So we had Alan Shapiro with Winchester. They are building in Brambleton. However, Craig Collin with Pulte Homes, that was a community that they were not in currently. So it's kind of interesting because we'll get some folks who have a lot of experience with understanding who the Brambleton customer is, the ultimate home buyer, and what makes them attracted to that particular community, as well as we'll get some folks like Dan Ryan and Craig Collin and some of the others as well, who have not been exposed to the community as such, and so they'll have some kind of be looking at it with some fresh eyes and hopefully with some fresh ideas. One thing that the group spent a lot of time talking about is who would be the target buyer. Right now, the target buyer is sort of the 20-somethings who are kind of looking to buy their first home, start a family, that kind of thing. And there are some other, active adult elements in the community. It's a very diverse community as is. So it's still a little bit up for debate as to how they want to position this land bay. They're not really looking to be ready to bring it to market until probably about 2014. They figure that'll be a really great time for this piece to, really become available and start with the hard selling. There'll be a metro line that will run way out to Dulles Airport, and there'll be a stop pretty much about 2 miles from the community. So they really think that's going to have a big effect on the desirability of the community. So it's really, it's trying to find that perfect point where the community, the folks who are in the community currently will continue to kind of mature, and yet there's this potential to bring in some kind of younger generation, the millennials, to attract them too. So I think that's still something to be worked out as to exactly who they want to target. But I'm hoping that after seeing the community, in a couple days, a lot of people will have some more ideas. In terms of next steps, definitely the first step is to go out and actually put boots on the ground and walk around and really look at what's in place in terms of amenities and product type. There seems to be an appetite to introduce some new product, perhaps some high density, and to maybe try to bring some urban feel into what is really kind of a self-sustained community in suburbia. So in terms of next steps, that's a big first step. And then they'll have to continue to meet every week and move the project along. I think probably next week we'll be looking at some maybe sketches of some possible product type.